All right, go ahead when you have a chance, April. By the way, this is Professor Geisler at Cosumnes River College, and we've got some guests here from the Last Mile Education Funds who are going to talk with you about the Microsoft Cybersecurity Scholarship Program, how it can hopefully make a difference in your learning about cybersecurity, because frankly, we want you to learn as much as possible. We don't want you to go anywhere. And even if you need a tank of gas or something along those lines, we want you to stick with it because there's lots of great jobs. And I will pass it off to Miss April Curley.
Thank you. And I'm really excited that we get a chance to share more about our scholarship opportunity. My name is April Christina Curley, and I am the Engagement and Partnerships Manager at Last Mile Education Fund. And before I dive in, I will let the amazing CEO introduce herself first, and then we can give you more insight into the scholarship.
Hi, I'm Ruth Farmer. I'm the founder and CEO of Last Mile Education Fund and work closely with April to make sure we get money to students as fast as we can to keep you studying that tech degree that we so desperately want you to earn.
Awesome. Okay, so I think what is most important to know about the Microsoft Cybersecurity Scholarship Program is that this is a special fund specifically dedicated to community college students of any gender who has a financial need and they are pursuing a pathway in cybersecurity. And as we're defining that, it is very broad. So we know that there are multiple ways to create a pathway in cybersecurity. And so whether you are studying information systems or data science, in everything in between, we are considering you a part of this scholarship program. And so we are lucky that we've partnered with Microsoft and they have poured into us enough to be able to pour into students who are in need. And so this scholarship is really for those who might have financial barriers that they run up against and that could potentially take them off of their pathway to graduation. And so for students that are eligible, this scholarship is really for emergencies, whether that's you have a utilities bill that's coming up and due, or you just simply need to buy groceries so that you can focus in class. This is exactly what this non-traditional scholarship is for. So that's the overview. Ruth, would you add anything to that before we talk through eligibility criteria and what exactly the grant entails?
Sure. So the Last Mile Education Fund was launched in 2020 publicly to fund exactly that, the last mile. Our goal is that striving technology and engineering students will graduate, get over the finish line, and launch into a degree. So we're super excited about this partnership with Microsoft because we're specifically investing a lot of money into students in the community college pathway, which we know is a growing population and just a huge opportunity to bring a diverse swath of people in. So April's going to tell us more about eligibility plus all the goodies that you get on top of the money.
We love perks. Okay, so who is eligible to apply for this scholarship? So as I shared, this is specifically targeting community college students. So anyone that is in a 2-year program and pursuing a cybersecurity program or degree, you can absolutely apply to this. And again, this scholarship is for students who can demonstrate a financial need. So if you are a Pell Grant recipient or have other, financial aid documentation, you are eligible to apply for this. And so your options for what we offer currently would be either financial assistance of up to $500, which would cover, again, anything that you have a need for in the moment, such as food or toiletries, or maybe you're headed to a cybersecurity conference and you need a little bit of pocket money. That is a good use of that fund. And we are also offering cybersecurity licensing exam subsidies. So you can again, use up to $375 to cover the cost of any certification that you might need as a part of your program. And so when you submit your application, it's one or the other. And in addition to that, if you become a grantee, you will have a year of LinkedIn Premium, which is an incredible resource for the job hunting process or even just networking. And that is a value of around $300. And so we're really excited that all of our grantees get to have access to that. And then finally, our grantees will also be enrolled in our GitHub student developer program, where they will have exclusive access to hundreds of technical tools that normally require a subscription fee, but you're going to get that all for free as a part of this scholarship program. And so just to talk about the application a little bit, it is very simple and straightforward. We definitely don't want to make this a hard process for students. And so really, we just want you to tell us more about who you are and your pathway in cybersecurity. We'll take a look at your transcript, which can be an unofficial transcript, even screenshots if you have that, as well as any financial aid, award letters, or documentation. We also ask for your LinkedIn profile because we want to just make sure you are who you say you are, but that's really like the extent of our verification, because we, again, want to make this easy. And then the way that we will disperse funds in most cases is through PayPal. So if you have that, that'll be great to know. And then I would also say, in terms of like other things to think about, we're not looking at GPA. We're absolutely not looking at a resume to see that you're president of all the clubs. That is not a part of our process because we do not care about that. We want to make sure that if you are in a pathway headed towards graduation, that like you make it across the finish line. And so wanted to make sure you knew that there were no merit qualifications, because that is not important for us. We also don't make you submit receipts because we trust that if you have a need, you're going to like use the money for that need. And so we will not make you demonstrate or prove anything to us. We just really care about you. And there are no strings attached. Ruth, anything that you would add to that?
Sure. On the eligibility, yes, international students are eligible. Yes, DACA students are eligible. So we're not putting up a bunch of hoops or barriers for you to jump over, like April said. Also, it says cybersecurity-related program. Obviously, anyone studying networking, information science, even business information systems is gonna have to learn security. If you're not learning security, what are you going to do? I mean, cybersecurity is like the most important piece of computing these days. So it's a pretty broad category of who's eligible. I cannot stress enough the value of this LinkedIn Premium. LinkedIn Premium is $300 a year. Like, I don't even have LinkedIn Premium. So getting a free LinkedIn Premium and the training that goes along with it is super powerful. We've had recipients tell us they immediately were able to find a job through that. And then that another reason why we want your LinkedIn profile is we're basically forcing you to have LinkedIn, because we want you to have that, because that is critical to you getting employed. And it's really your like calling card and an important step. So not only are we helping you close the financial gap, but through our partnership with LinkedIn at GitHub, we're helping you close the networking and skills gap as well. And I think that's all we have, but we welcome applications. And also on the eligibility around financial need, if you do not have, if you're not receiving financial aid from your institution for whatever reason, maybe you've run out the clock on all the financial aid you're eligible for, you can also just tell us what, describe for us your financial need and give us some information and describe your situation. We have lots of students who, you know, maybe they're international and they don't get financial aid at all. There's lots of different situations that we account for. And also this scholarship, we look at every single person individually. We are not putting you in a pool and comparing you to a whole bunch of other people. We're literally looking at you and saying yes or no immediately. And it's not a competition with anybody else. So please share widely with everyone you know, because it will not in any way hurt your chances if more people apply, because we have a goal of 10,000 students by 2025, and we have a long way to go. So please apply.